General Motors, Ford, and what's the other American auto company? I believe there was three. Chrysler, yeah. Just let me call everybody in, and then I'll give you the answer. Live. If there was a new technology, let's say virtual reality, right now, what are some VR stocks? Let's see if you can name 5. Let's see if you can even get 5. What are some VR stocks without reaching too deep in the barrel and being too obscure and know-it-all? I'm just saying naturally, what would you say are some, decent top 5 picks in VR? Let's say the VR space. I'm thinking of Matterport would be kind of a weird one. They like to bunch that in. Of course, Meta, so that's 2. We know Apple's working on some stuff, so that's kind of 3. I mean, we could give it like a 25% weighting or 10% weighting for the whole wearable VR transformation, right? And then how about artificial intelligence? How about that? Artificial intelligence. What are some stocks that are artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence stocks, guys. Palantir, PLTR. Anybody got any others? If you were to look at the OTC and NASDAQ and all the exchanges and maybe even China, how many artificial intelligence startups traded publicly do you think we could scrape together? Oh, maybe 20, maybe 30. AIQ, that's right. Yeah, maybe 20 or 30. How many of you could look at 20 or 30 of those artificial intelligence stocks, maybe like Palantir, and pick the winner? Who's going to be the winner in 5 years? Who thinks Meta is, going to be the winner of VR? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you think you could pick the winner? Do you think you could? Like, could you do your research? Could you do your due diligence and put it down? And then maybe in 5 years, 10 years go, oh yeah, baby. I was the one that got into, whatever, Palantir at 9, and now it's 9,000, Thinks they could do that? Who thinks you could pick that, and how many are there? Well, if you want to look at whenever a new industry starts up like that, a new technology, a new innovative industry, disruptive, innovative industry starts up like that, if you want to look, usually there's dozens and dozens of these companies. And when you go back to the 1900s, there was over 180 car companies listed on the stock exchange. 180 car companies. And if you think you could have picked Ford, General Motors, and Chrysler, you're full of shit. So the whole idea that you can, ingeniously, mastermindedly pick these winners coming up off the bottom in these innovative industries is, it's BS. You'd lose 99% of your money on the ones that failed. And then that 1%, yeah, you got it, but it probably would, maybe it would even give you that return. You would need 10,000% return in order to make up for the 99% loss of the other ones. But it's not as easy as it sounds. There was no way for you to know that General Motors or Ford was going to be the winner. Pretty crazy. All right, it's not that boring of a morning. We got some movement coming up here on my trade, and we're looking at VRAX, VRAX. Good morning, everybody out there in. Did I live stream? Did I click the live stream button? Yeah, I did. Wow, I did that just subconsciously now. All right. Good morning, everybody out there in trading land. Look at the market. So we are opening right in the middle of yesterday's candle, which was very bullish, but sort of didn't really earn it, because we're waiting on Fed information. And Monday, there was just no economic guidance. It's just a presumption, How many times have we seen presumptions be wrong? Like, remember last week? Look at this. Up, 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 CPI, whoa! So maybe that's what's happening here, and that's why we got into Tesla yesterday. It happens to look like it's pretty strong. Build up a little padding going into the Fed information tomorrow at the close of market, near the close of market, last 2 hours of market. And if it happens to be a good positive market reaction to the numbers and the minutes, then you've got some padding on Tesla already to work from. Already though, Tesla's down to 306 and kind of correcting 307-ish, but we got in at 300.5, so we do have some good padding on that. And that's where the market is right now. It's potentially going to be just futzing around, trying to trap liquidity over today and tomorrow. And it seems like it based on the CPI information, the way it traded going up to it, it seems like whichever way the market's going to go into the Fed meeting, the reaction is going to be the opposite. It seems like it. It seems like that's what's going to happen. But I will say this, that 100% of the last 4 rate hikes on the day of, if you bought the market open, so that's tomorrow at the market open, by the end of the day, if you sold at the end of the day, by the close, you would be up 1.83% on the market. The market rallied 1.83% on the days of the Fed releasing its information. And then in the subsequent days, you just went all over the place. But so far, it's been 100%, 4 out of 4 that day of goes up. Yeah, that's pretty cool, right? Quadcast mic. So anyway, in addition, we're looking at VRAX as a trade. Right now, let's get a little bit of a close-up of that. Everything else in momentum, pre-market trading doesn't look that outstanding. But VRAX has a float of 11.3 million, I believe. You guys, if you can give me any better information than that, any lower information would be more accurate. And it's traded so far 8.6 million shares, so it's almost rotated the float in pre-market completely today. It's doing a bit of a neckline, failed retest neckline breakdown right now, but it probably could be bought up near VWAP, so that would be around 345, 350. Oh, there goes the market. Look at that. Some of my orders are already taking. MNQZ 2022. This is the Qs and futures. Did it already blast through all of my take profits? No. My take profits are still sitting down there, but I'm now in how many total contracts? 4 total contracts, and between them, right there, it's up $110 with micros. That's about right. If you trade in a larger account of futures, you can put a 0 behind, and you won't trade the micros. You just trade NQ. Says HYER. No, I'm not seeing that do anything this morning. So, now perhaps I can move my stops down side there to this pivot. I'll make stops. I don't know if there's some more on the other side. Yeah, there is. Basically moving them all down one pivot. All right, VRAX is at 358. If it can get down to VWAP-ish levels, 345, 350 on a nice flush, you could buy it around there. All right, and market is open. Let's see if it wants to blast through my stops or what it wants to do. Down strongly to the downside. It looks like oil dropping to 84. Back and forth there. And it was as high as 80. Give me that 86 in pre-market. It's roughly, stabilized. Oil is roughly stabilized last month down at these mid to high 80s a barrel. Yeah, it's like just really close to getting stopped out on one of my contracts. Nope, we're moving down. And VRAX is fading out again. If you can catch some kind of a real flush type move to 3.5, 3.45 right around VWAP, that could be a good buy point. You're basically looking for like VWAP continuation bounce. I should zoom this up a little bit so you guys can see it a little bit better. You guys are going to be like, immensely. Because you guys not read that information. Oh, all right, one of my contracts was taken out, so now I'm down to 3. As the market has nipped at the high of the open. VRAX is at 355. Looking rather flushy right now. That's what I'm talking about. Pick up some around 345, 340. Around WAP to risk. And I just got kicked out of another contract. 344 currently on VRAX. MGAM not doing much. How's RUM doing? RUM is 1540. roughly where it opened, but beneath a resistance zone. So it could be a short. Back into 16. Could be a short on RUM. BCAN trying to do something pre-market. Off the open. It's going to need to get over $8 in order to actually be in play long. The game, somebody asked, what's the current gameplay? The gameplay is, we're waiting for the Fed information tomorrow afternoon. So until then, this market isn't doing too much. Did anybody get some size? You know, if you can get your first entry on VRAX there around VWAP 345. No, MGAM doesn't look good. VRAX meds coming up. Meds. Let's take a look at that. And something that someone else was mentioning, HYRE. Yeah. Acting really slow. There. Wow. That took a long time to type HYRE. Okay, and then meds. Wow, why are you so slow? Try to go free up some memory. Well, there it goes. Okay, so that should help, I think. No? Okay, now we're getting some breakdown on VRAX. I'd watch the pivot, basically, 330 for breakdown exit. If it's not going to VWAP bounce. Okay, market's potentially breaking down here. Take a look at the S&P 500 and the VIX. Yes, both of them are pushing down. S&P 500 especially. Another contract with a wider risk here. Breaks down. Breakdown entry. I think it already put me in. It's only on one order. Gonna know. No, it's not gonna know. It's gonna can't. I gotta like cancel that somehow. Don't do it. Okay. Okay, I'm getting close to my first take profit for $100 or so. Really. Meds, yes, it did not pull up for me. HYER looks like it's failing out. We are holding that 330 breakdown level on VRAX. That's good. Super sluggish this morning. Okay, meds. Let's see if I can get that pulled up. The Randy, whatever he has to say about it, he's been watching it. I think this is it. Is it at like $1.40 or something? Yeah, okay. That's got to be it. Ah, okay. 6 million shares. I mean, yeah, 7 million. So about dollars traded. Not that big of a deal, but some. Okay, we might see my first take profit hit. Okay, you watching? And this little buy limit's going to disappear if so. $2. Just, it's so close. It's so close. There we go. And down to 2 contracts. Hitting $1.45, $1.47 on meds. That is a breakout. All right, hit my second profit target on the market, breaking down. Now just riding one particular contract. Can do this kind of a thing. And then I can move them independently afterward. Because right now that's a 1-to-1 ratio. And what you want to do is look left. What's a reasonable but good 2-for-1 minimum? You see how it sets that up? That's pretty cool. Over in trading view, it's connected to my trade station. I'm going to keep a closer eye on the S&P 500 and the Dow. A pulse on this market. It looks like healthcare continuing to break down really strongly. All sectors breaking down. Surprising, because I really thought we were going to be rallying into the Fed announcement. My Thinkorswim is very slow right now. What is the matter with you? Must have something to do with the internet, streaming, the Zoom. Med's still hanging out at 143. VRAX is at 340, has not broken 330 for the pivot breakdown exit. That's good. Just accumulate along this bottom area, with the intent to exit at the 330 breakdown. A VWAP play on VRAX. All right, Meds is pulling back to $1.40. Next breakout on Meds is $1.47. VRAX is holding up. Okay, here comes MGAM. If it can get over 3.2, might start something up there. MGAM. That HYRE completely failed out, by the way. BCAN is coming up. If it can get over $8, it's kind of happening right now. If BCAN can get over $8, you could consider that a positive sign. Grab some there, or see what happens, and get it on some pullback if necessary. And meantime, Tesla is at 307. That's fine. Apple moving up. BCAN got halted up. Did you get in anybody on BCAN there? I did say MGAM not good. Yep. Yeah, your brain is functioning. But MGAM's looking good now. It just depends on what the fuck you're trying to do with it. We're just trying to day trade it right here. You think because of 3 minutes of movement off of the opening bell, suddenly MGAM became a better company? Or what are you trying to say? We're talking just as a day trade. It could potentially turn itself around if it breaks 3.2. And it hasn't yet. All right. I don't know what you mean, when you say MGAM. Could be for a scalp, could be for a day trade, could be for a short, could be for a long, holding all day, shorting all day, overnight, a swing trade, a short swing trade, a long swing trade, holding for a couple days, holding for a week, value investing, trading. It's just, I have no idea what a person's interested in when they go, what do you think of MGAM? VRAX, there's the pop. So if you were in at 340, 345, accumulating a position at 338-ish over there, now you've got that pop towards the high of the day, and don't do anything. Just start selling into that strength. Don't buy any more. You got in at a great low price. So now it's time to sell some. 5%, 10%. What is my risk reward ratio? It depends on what we're trading. 2 to 1, 3 to 1, 4 to 1, 5 to 1, 6 to 1. It depends on what we're trading. There goes VRAX. For anyone who's not in, there might be a trade coming at 380. But if you did what I said, which was accumulate in the low 350s, 340s, and even high 380s, 330s rather, then you're sitting pretty right now. And you can start taking some profits and hold for even further movement. There might be a fake out breakout, and you can take some profits when that happens. So we hit 5. We hit 3.75 from an entry of something like 3.4. It's already 10% gain on a built-up entry there. Out of curiosity, who got the pullback? An accumulated position in the above 330 breakdown area. All right, good job, you guys. So, make sure you take profits, and you never know when that could be, all of it. So if it starts going the other direction, but so far it's looking all right. And I wouldn't dilute your cost average at this point. You got it around 340, hopefully. I wouldn't dilute it by grabbing more at the breakout. It's working. The trade is working. So play pullback games on that one. And sell into strength. What is USDC? I'm not sure. Got it at 3.3. Wow, well done. But hopefully you've been selling now. It's at 3 points. It's in the 3.7s and showing some signs of lack of conviction. There's flush down. You should just exit everything. Or it depends on if you have pattern day trading rule. If you do, then you wait for the 329 breakdown. We appear to be in an uptrend, so I think I'm going to close this contract now. Keep that other stop on. Close the position. Okay, cool. Yeah. It took off the other So I did not want it to do that. So it looks like, and it was hard to see because all the contracts and the layer out and everything. I mean, like 175 bucks on that movement there. Hey, it's something. Trade the market all day, all night with futures, and set up your orders nicely with good risk reward. You can do a couple $100 to $500 to $1,000 or more per day. Meds is just hanging out there at $1.41. You got that baseline with a lot of support below it. Feels like something that you could buy into a flush into that support zone. You understand what I'm saying? Meds is set up such that you could buy on a flush down to like 1.34 or 1.33, somewhere. And then if it doesn't hold 125, then you can get out. Tesla's holding. It's at 307-ish. It's doing fine. We got in yesterday at 300.5. So can you guys see my trading view? How I have that says buy, stop. See that? So if this market turns around and breaks all these pivots, it may move up and retest this range up here. Okay. And so, and BCAN is moving. Okay, there goes BCAN. BCAN's up over 8.47 now. That is an entry on BCAN, momentum entry. Mm-hmm. That alert that you heard, he said alert. That was about BCAN. BCAN's just hanging out around 845. 820, 810. Depends on how you risked it. You might want to cut it at 7.5 if it breaks down. However, at the same time, based on volume, it could easily be a buy above $7 anywhere in that region. TA and accumulate a little bit. 7 and 8. missed this nice breakdown on oil of about 50 cents. All right, BCAN pulling back at around 7.95. And VRAX is holding again. I mean, the 350s. It has not really stopped out for you. You can always keep accumulating around the 3.4, 3.3 read with a intent to exit at 3.3 breakdown. Get a nice pullback average going in there. Not going to chase oil, but man, what a nice drop. Yeah, Apple's flying. Apple's doing pretty okay. Surprised it isn't pulling the rest of the market with it, and perhaps it will. But Apple's leading the way. It's about to break 155. And RUM is hitting about hit 14.3. Like I said, it's failing out, and more of a short currently on the day. On what? What'd you have a quick 8 to 9% loss on? Okay, looks like the market might break down. Setting up that order now. Low entry. And there's a new low on the S&P 500 right there. Oh, beyond meat. Okay. Some bearish Elliott wave action moving there. It's a very tricky market right now. Down, up, choppy. Just choppy. It's ranging. Let's take a look at the overall volume on the daily. Projected to the end of the day. Well, it's projected to be a pretty decent, strong trading day. Currently negative. Let's take a look on the S&P 500 if that's the same. Slightly above average, not as strong as a panic day on the S&P 500. And strong also on the Dow. So in general, projected to be a little bit stronger by the end of the day in total volume today. Should be able to garner some direction out of that. NVIDIA and Tesla holding up really well. NVIDIA, interesting. Yeah, Tesla hit 309 near the open, I believe. That couldn't, maybe not. But anyway, it's over 308 now. And Apple just about near 155. And yet the market still feels somewhat weak. So it's just leaders and everyone else just can't do anything. All right, you guys, I think it's going to be somewhat of a potentially boring morning. Maybe not. It's not that boring, but slow moving, let's say, and not all hyped up and crazy. No HKDs today. So watch your positions, and I'll catch you in the group, all right? Good trading with you this morning. Tomorrow we've got the Fed announcement tomorrow afternoon. RJ said it nicely. It's a very slow day today. Best to save the capital today. Yeah. Tomorrow's going to be even, worse as far as dry. It's going to be even drier. Tomorrow's going to be even drier. Like everyone's, conglomerating around the sidewalk, but it says don't walk, on both sides. And who knows which way everybody wants to go. It's Tokyo, and we're waiting for the Fed decision. And when the Fed decision happens, the walk sign's going to go from hand, don't walk, to walk. And we're going to see, which way people go. Till then, we're just going to keep getting people, crowding in the chop zone. VRAX is trying again. This could be another opportunity for you to get out some potentially failed retest, but let's see what happens. If you've got some shares you're holding on to, then good. Hang on to them until it goes higher. All right, see you in the group, guys. See you in. Good trading with you. What should you invest in? Absolutely nothing. Maybe tomorrow, maybe Thursday. Let's talk about that again.